What's going on, guys? Alan here. Early in the morning here, my son and I are about to make the trek from Grand Rapids to Ann Arbor. We're going to the Michigan football game today. So I wanted to do a little test while we did it. I ran my gas tank down to almost empty, and I'm going to put flex fuel in it for the first time and see what kind of mileage and stuff we get. I know it's supposedly worse, but I've never done it. So I ran my gas tank almost empty, with the exception of about 3 gallons, and I reset my trip meter. So right now, trip meter is reset. It's telling me, normally when I fill up, I get about 570 to a tank. Right now it's telling me 447 because it's reading the ethanol content already of the E85. So we will see what happens. My typical miles per gallon are on this trip meter, 14.7. So we will see what we get with the E85 on this trip. Alright guys, so before I go on any further, let me explain something. Not all E85s are created equal. The ethanol content in your E85 is going to depend on a couple of things. It's going to depend on your current climate in your area, as well as even the gas station that you get it from. So, this first test here, this is with an ethanol content of 51% minimum is what it states on the pump. So, I mean, that's not really that good. I mean, it's October here in Michigan, so the winter blends are going to be coming in with more gasoline, so that in colder weather, your engine will start better. So, 51% is where we're at right now. All right, update time. Sun's starting to come up. We're about halfway to Ann Arbor. We're
in 1/2 mile, keep left onto I-96 towards Detroit.
Quiet. We're passing East Lansing right now. So right now, I've been driving exactly the speed limit the entire way. And it's not terrible, but definitely. Alright, we are officially on our way back home, leaving Ann Arbor, and we are at, let's find out, 12.9 starting the trip home. I want to do a good lengthy test on this flex fuel. Sorry for the bounciness, I forgot my camera, I got the phone. So I'm going to stop and put in another tank of E85 here, and then do some daily driving and try and get some numbers after that. Get some corn. Yes, I want flex fuel. See how much she takes. This is taking too long. That's better. Alright, we're full once again. And I messed up the previous video, my complete mod list. Somebody commented just now, actually, and said, hey, I might have missed it, but I think you forgot your exhaust mod. And I did. My bad. And I even put it on my thumbnail. I can't believe I forgot it, but it is a Flowmaster Delta Flow single in, single out muffler, and all I did was replace the muffler, and that was $100. Alright, we are back at the farm one more time, filling up with some corn for this test. So this time I'm gonna top it off with the 85 one more time and reset the trip meter this time so I can get the exact miles per gallon when I fill it up next. And I'm also going to compare it to what the truck tells me. So let's see what we get. Yellow equals corn. Minimum 51%, anywhere from 51 to 83. That's going to depend on the season. Alright guys, so trip meter number 1 I reset when we got back from the game. And this is my true everyday driving. This is what I do. So when we compare this final miles per gallon that I calculate, it should be right around this one right here, 11.4. So I don't really want to reset trip meter number 2 because this is the entire flex fuel trial. So I will just reset one and remember 11.4. There we go. Alright, I am just leaving work on my way home, and I have got 30 miles to go, and I'm trying to get rid of this E85, and it says I've got 16 miles to E. So, right on the ragged edge, just like we like it. Should get pretty decent gas mileage though, and it is 43. Alright, I ran this E85 tank down to 12 miles past empty, meaning once my gauge told me 0 miles to empty, I went another 12 miles to try and get everything out of here. Gonna fill it up here, see how many gallons we get, do some math over what that tank of gas got me on the E85, and then we're gonna compare it to what the truck told me, and then go over the whole thing, see how much fits in it. Probably a lot. It's a 36 gallon tank, we'll see. Yeah, 36 gallon tank. And it took 36.15, 3 gallons. So $97.58. Holy cow, let's do some math. Alright, so this tank of gas, we went 394.8 miles. So let's do some math. See what we get. Alright guys, so 394.8 miles divided by 36.153 gallons gives us 10.92 miles per gallon for that tank of gas. And if you remember, I reset the strip meter when I filled up with the E85 last time. So definitely lying here. It is definitely lying. So that doesn't surprise me. Ford overrates their vehicles. And this is the entire flex fuel trip from the beginning, and it says I averaged 11.8. So I'm guessing that that's a little high too. But on this trip, I did 3 tanks of E85, and I went 1,057 miles. So in closing, you know, things I noticed with the E85, it really depended on the air outside. You know, a nice cool air at 50-55 degrees. I mean, this thing would roast the tires off of it with this ethanol. But as far as, you know, anything else, that was pretty much the only thing I noticed. You know, I'm doing this right before the oil change, my oil change for the year. So I wanted to make sure I got it done right before that, because I know E85 affects your oil life as well, and I don't want to have that, because I change my oil once a year with AMSOIL signature. So I wanted to get it taken care of before I did that. So now I've got 87 back in it. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit on whether or not you should run E85. Honestly, I mean, we're at a winter blend here now in Michigan. I didn't notice any difference. So you want to run it, more power to you. Is the gauge accurate? Well, not according to the calculator. And I'm thinking as long as the pumps are accurate on the how many gallons it pumps in, we should be good. So let you guys draw your own conclusion. But if you don't mind changing your oil a little more often, I don't see anything wrong with the 85.